Okay. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. As we all know, sisters, as Ramadan is just around the corner, and before that month of mercy reaches our hearts, why not become that calmer, that softer, that healed version of ourselves? Why not enter Ramadan with a body that isn't screaming in pain? Why not enter with a heart that feels light again? Because almost each and every one of us here has experienced self-devaluation at some point, isn't it? That quiet feeling of, I'm not enough, I should have done better, I have failed somewhere. So we don't say it out loud, but we feel it in our chest, right? So we feel that in our stomach sometimes, we feel that in our shoulders, we feel that in our tiredness. So self-devaluation is not just an emotion. It becomes like a pattern, a belief, and eventually your body begins to respond to it. So today I want to show to you how we can move out from that self-devaluation to self-awareness, to self-healing. Because once you understand where this feeling has started, you can finally understand your pain and you can begin your healing journey. So I want to hear from you, you sisters, that if you have heard me before, or is this the first time you are coming to my one of the lectures? If you are someone who has listened to me before, please type OG in the chat, or if you're new, just write you're a newbie. I can't see any messages here. Okay, where are the chats gone? Oh, Jazakallah, Halima. So you've seen me before. Have you listened to my lectures, Rayana? Oh, Rayma is the first session for you? Alhamdulillah. Okay, so the screen pauses once I come onto the chat. So I don't know if you can see the screen, which is about the self-devaluation. Alhamdulillah. So most of you know me, so you're not newbie, you're my OGs. Yeah? Okay. So those of you who don't know me, but I know, Alhamdulillah, most of you know me. My name is Dr. Nazneen, also known as Sarah. I'm a homeopathic practitioner and a holistic health coach. I've got my own clinic in Leicester. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created humans in the best form. Now, what does this mean? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows how we are. Each and every cells in our body respond to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created for us. So if we are feeling some kind of emotions, if we are feeling some kind of like unworthiness, that self-devaluation, the feeling that we are nothing, we are not to that expectation how we should be, the cells changes as well at the same times. And it is not a coincidence that once you have gone through some kind of trauma, even if it's a minor trauma, but some kind of trauma if you've gone in your life, and then all of a sudden your body shows up some symptoms. I don't know if you've noticed that, but you've been through trauma, you've stayed in a horrible relationship for years and years. And after that, you went through a self-healing stage where you wanted to heal, you started looking after ourselves, and now all of a sudden your body is showing the symptoms of pain, your body is showing the symptoms that, yes, it needs healing. Let me know if you are experiencing such kind of things in your own body, or if you have experienced in the past where you felt that, okay, whatever happened in the past or whatever you went through within the certain period of time, within maybe next day or day before, and suddenly you came with shoulder pain, suddenly came with pain in your legs. Let me know if you felt something like that. Okay, so it's fine. That's okay if you haven't felt like that, but this is why we are here. Because if you're here and if you were mesmerized by the topic of self-devaluation to self-healing, then there might be something to it, right? There might be some feeling where you must have felt that, okay, let me just go and have a look, or just listen to what I have to say about self-devaluation, or what I have to know about what happens when a person feels low about themselves. So, have you ever heard that quiet inner voice that whispers to you? Can you see me? I don't know if you can see me. Sorry, I think it's off. Have you ever heard that quiet inner voice that whispers, I'm not enough. I'm not worth it. I should have done better. You know? So, even when you're trying to heal, uh, and even when you've grown up, you still find yourself going back to those old memories and think that if only I had done these things differently. This feeling, this is what we call a self-devaluation. Now, self-devaluation is not a medical term. It's not a diagnosis, but it's an experience, what we all have lived. So at some point in our lives, we have lost a piece of worth. Maybe someone made us feel small, or maybe we did that to ourselves. I don't know if you have heard Yasmin Mujahid live or read her books, if you know or listen to her lectures. She speaks deeply about internal worth, that attachment, that healing of the heart, and how this feeling, that worth, that attachment, how these are all connected, how they all related to self-devaluation. When you attach,
Yeah.
when you attach your self-worth to creation instead of the creator, you will always feel that you're not enough. Can you mute yourself, sisters, please? We women's, we always attach our self-worth to like motherhood or being strong or being perfect or pleasing others, or depends upon the productivity as well, like how much we can do what we're doing, isn't it? And even how much we sacrifice. And when all of these fall apart, what happens to us? When everything falls apart, when we feel that we're not doing good as motherhood, we are not being perfect person, we are taking rest where we shouldn't be taking rest, it affects our sense of worth. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He never tied your worth to these things. He's never said that you are this person because you're doing this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you are a good human being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you those duties, and it is our right to fulfill those duties. But if you can't blame yourself that you weren't able to do it. So these small whispers of I'm not good enough, I failed, I'm weak, I've sinned too much, I will not be forgiven, I have disappointed others. These small whispers, they can shape the way you feel and even how your body holds onto those stress and displays out in the form of symptoms. Your body often says what your heart cannot. So I don't know if you have ever felt like if you were not able to speak to someone about something and you felt like a lump in your throat, or if there was too much pressure, too much stress going on in your life, and you started having that shoulder pain, um, or your friend they backstabbed you and you started having rash on your backs, or you have a you've or if you have a teenager daughter and if she's got all acne on her face, and if you realize it and if you just look at her and think that maybe I'm always on her, I'm always telling her something, I'm just always you're just on her face, so she's showing those symptoms that like, mom, get away from me. So, have you ever seen that? Have you ever felt this kind of weaknesses, or have you ever felt this kind of symptoms in your body when you have gone through some kind of stress, some kind of trauma in your life?
अंशु जा अपना बेड करो come on go
Can you mute yourself, sister, please? Okay, so before we continue, I don't think so we are ready to chat yet. I can't see any chats. So I was just asking that if any of you have ever noticed anything, symptoms in your lives. Okay, okay, Halima has written something, pain in neck. I don't know why I can't see my chat directly on the screen. Get shoulders, finding stressful periods, mashallah, alhamdulillah. So yes, you have gone through some kind of pain, you've gone through some kind of feelings whenever you have been stressed. Okay. So now I want you to pause yourself. Okay? I just want you to just pause in this moment. If you can close your eyes, just feel comfortable, just rest yourself. Maybe go in a separate room if you're around kids, if you're around family, if the TV is on, because this is a knowledge what we're sharing, okay? And as a Muslim, when any knowledge has been shared, it is our duty to listen to that knowledge carefully and apply it in our life because there is rewards in it. We've been told to listen to those who are knowledgeable. So if you're in a room filled with techs, with your phones, the TV, and you are not able to listen to me clearly, then it's better for you to step out from the room for a little while. We won't take long, half an hour, 1 hour max, inshallah, and just be comfortable in this zone. Just be calm, just be relaxed. Put your feet on the ground, relax your shoulders, and let your hands rest softly. Now take a slow, deep breath and let it go. Now I want you to bring to mind a moment in your life when you felt small, time when you felt unseen, when you felt not enough. Don't go deep into your memory. Don't go too far. Go somewhere which has just happened recently and ask yourself. Now that ask in your heart, just say to yourself what you're feeling. Where do I feel this pain? Where is this emotions tied to myself? As we were explaining, it could be your throat, it could be your chest, your back, your stomach, your heart. So just notice that. Just be aware of it. And just gently say in your heart, Ya Allah, show me where I have forgotten my worth. Show me what my body has been trying to tell me. And take another breath in and release it slowly. And imagine that part of your body feeling light. Imagine that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is placing His mercy on that exact spot. So I don't know if you were able to do this exercise, but if you have done this exercise, if you were calm, if you were composed, and if you felt that this is where my body is experiencing pain, and now I feel my body is
I'll get you some.
calmer.
I'll get you some.
Sisters, please mute yourself. It's because you're disturbing other sisters as well, please. Just gently say in your heart that Allah has forgotten. Allah is showing me where I have forgotten my worth. Allah is trying to tell me where my body has been showing it on the surface. So when you're ready, just slowly open your eyes. Just feel that heaviness loosening, even if it's just a little. Even for a little second, 1 second, you felt that lightness in that spot. Alhamdulillah, that is you having that full faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that my worth, my devaluation, what I have been thinking about, Allah is the only one who can give me shifa. We often think that whatever emotions we go through is just going to stay in our heart, because that's what we've been told, isn't it? Emotions means connection to our heart. But there is more to it. The emotion doesn't just stay in the heart. It has got physical affection. It has got spiritual affection. So whatever emotions you go in your life, it's not going to just affect you physically, but also emotionally. Whatever feelings you have felt in your life or in your heart, and your body has taken those symptoms, has taken those emotions, that's the time the body was not able to express, because you felt that you don't want to express yourself. Because as women, we can hide our disappointment for years. You can hide your tears. You can pretend to be strong. You have to keep moving because everyone depends on you. You want to be silent because you don't want to burden anyone else. But your body, at certain point, is going to show these symptoms out. Because there is a limit, there is a balance for everything. As we all know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created everything in balance. There is balance, there is mizan in each and everything surrounding us. So even our emotions has got that mizan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given like a perfect timing for everything. You are in a certain phase of your life. The phase in your life which you were before has had a different impact on your body. The phase what you're in your body now is creating different impact in your body. And maybe in the future, depends upon how you have taken those emotions in your life, that will be the different phase in your life. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows about it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks after it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the perfect timing for everything. So we were talking about the mizan, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created that mizan. And when your emotions, when your feelings, especially for the women's I'm talking about, because we tend to take all the pressures on ourselves. We tend to feel that we have to do everything. We don't want anybody's help. We can do everything. We don't want to burden anyone. So when you feel that, your body at certain point is going to take out in a form of symptoms. And this can be anywhere in your body, in your throat as a thyroid, in your stomach as an IBS, in your back as in back pains. It can be anything, even cancer. So the symptoms what are being produced on the surface is because of the processed emotion what you have gone through, and your body is trying to heal those symptoms out now. Your body is very clever. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created our body in such a way that whatever emotions you've gone through in your past, and then we're trying to heal those emotions, it expresses in the form of symptoms onto your body. So those symptoms, for small term, maybe let me just give you an example. Like just 2 days back, if you notice something in your life like a financial problem, and you saw your wallet is empty, you saw your bank is empty, there is nothing, and you've got bills to pay in few days, and you start worrying about it, that how are you going to manage everything? You have to look after your family, you have to get the bills sorted, you have to get the groceries sorted, and you start worrying about it, you start thinking about it, you start crying about it, and then all of a sudden you start with a back pain, you start with a knee pain. So like you've done that, you had that emotion where you felt like that, everything's better, everything's getting out of the system, and you started with the pain after a few days, and now your body is saying that okay, your emotions, what you placed in your brain is now relaying it to the organs in the body. So inshallah ta'ala, that's different thing. But today our topic, as we are talking about self-devaluation, is something we need to understand, that the pain, that fatigue, those headaches, skin issues, digestive issues, hormonal imbalance, shoulder pain, even the weight change, they are not random. These are the messages from your brain to the body, and these are the stories of everything what you have held inside your body. So our body, it reacts physically when the heart experiences that emotional conflict, we would say. Sorry, because I have to keep admitting people, that's why I have to keep on stopping in the middle. So our body, it reacts physically when the heart experiences that emotional conflict. All right. So whenever our heart is going through some kind of problems, that emotions, our body is going to show it physically. So what happens is, when we are in a stage of shock, our body freezes. We all know that, like a fight and flight response, right? When we go into suppression, where we don't speak out, we don't tell our symptoms to anyone, we just try to keep everything inside, or we don't even express it in the form of in any way, because we don't want to express sometimes, so we suppress this inside the body, so the body will store that in the form of a symptom. And if there is any trauma which has happened, like all of a sudden, your body will stress that. And later down the stage, when there is no expression, nothing is happening inside, you're not speaking out, you're not telling anything outside, your emotions are going inside, and you're building up that anger inside, then your body is going to express that. So when, as a woman, if you keep saying, I'm fine, I'm okay, it doesn't matter, so your body is storing the truth until it can no longer hide it. And the body will eventually say that you didn't speak, so I'm speaking for you. And these are some of the examples I want to give it to you because most of us face this. It's so common to have a shoulder pain. Even in the teenage girls, you will notice that they come up with a shoulder pain. This sciatica has become so common nowadays, isn't it? Pain in your knees. And we do connect that to winter season. We do connect that to the supplements that we're not eating well, not giving nutrition to our body. And I agree that you do need those things. But your self-worth, you're feeling low about yourself, the feeling that I can't do anything enough in my life, I'm quite guilty of what I have done. So, those are the feelings that connect you to the pain in your body. So, for example, if you had this neck and shoulder pain, so the conflict will be that you're carrying too much. No one helps me around the house. I'm trying to do so many things, but there is no help anywhere. And you all of a sudden start with the neck pain, the shoulder pain. If you've got elder daughters and you see them that they're taking so much responsibilities in their life, you're seeing them, they're doing so much for the family because they're worried that they want to be, because everybody's looking up to her. The younger generations are going to look up to the elder sister and think that I want to be like my elder sister because she's got the responsibility on her shoulder. Yeah, that feeling that if I don't do too much, if I can't do anything, then what are they going to tell? So that's the fear. And if you've noticed any lower back pain, especially men's, most of the men's, if they complain of lower back pain. So they always feel I'm not supported. I don't know, but there have been like quite few cases where um, the the son has lost dad, and now all the responsibility is on the son. So all of a sudden, the business, the job, and everything is on the son's responsibility. He has to do everything. And he starts experiencing lower back pain, the sciatica pain. And this is what it is. They start feeling that I'm not supported because there's too much financial pressure. If they are single mothers who have to run around in the house, who have to do too many things in the house, and they don't know how to manage everything, they will start complaining of lower back pain because all the weight they're carrying on their back, all the pressure, all the feeling that they cannot do anything because they don't have any support. If you've got any elderlies in your house, and if you ask them that, do you feel like that you're stuck or you can't move forward? Because obviously with the age they have that feeling, now I'm getting old, I can't do anything, all the children have moved away, I'm helpless. So that's that fear they have in their body, isn't it? And that's when they experience the knee pain. When you have any stomach problem or indigestion problem, the situation is that you find things hard to digest. Like if there has been any arguments in the family, there has been any disappointments in your life, you felt that disrespect somewhere where you were at work and your boss shouted in front of the front of the other employees, then that's the feeling you took it inside you, that how can he do that to me, you know? So all these feelings that get stored in your body to be expressed out in the form of the symptoms. So if you've got skin issues, so it could be because of you want separation from someone, you want space from someone, or you have lost the safety. You have lost that familiar touch. That's why you experiencing these skin issues. Even with weight gain, it's so common nowadays, and we always tend to hormonal imbalance, which is one part anyway. The food and diet, and those play a very vital part, but there is more to it as well. The feeling that I need to be held, because weight is what? It becomes like an armor for you. You know, you want that safety. So when you notice yourself having weight gain and you're in a situation where you feel that I have no one around me, I am all alone, um, I have no support, nobody's going to, I can't rest my head on anyone's shoulders to cry. So those kind of feeling when it comes in you and you notice yourself going through this weight gain problem, then this is what it is. Thyroid. Thyroid is so common nowadays. Inshallah, we're going to have a talk about thyroid in detail at Spinny Hill Support Center next week on Tuesday, inshallah. So if you can please try to come down. But thyroid is so common nowadays. Even the younger girls, you're noticing them to have thyroid. And as the role of the thyroid is to manage everything, to make everything work smoother, faster, boost up the metabolism and everything. Similarly, the lady, the woman, the girl, they feel that they want to do everything faster. They've got so much pressure on them to do everything perfectly, everything quickly. And the feeling that they can't keep up with the life's demand. And also that fear that they are going to fall behind. So if you have thyroid, think about it. When was the last time you felt like that? When did it all started? Did you had that feeling where you felt that I want to do all the things, I've got to work around everything, it's my responsibility, I want to manage everything? For diabetes, diabetes is a resistant conflict. Resistance means what? You've been forced to do things against your wish and you can't escape from the situation. I want to do this, but I have no choice. A stress of carrying that too much responsibility alone. So, we have all those stress factors, we have all those responsibility factors, but still your body is going to respond it on the type of trauma you received. Because if everybody has got responsibility problem, we all will have diabetes, we all will have thyroid problems, we all will have back pain and neck pain, but we don't. Some of them will have right hand pain, some of them will have left hand pain. Why? Because your body is generating that trauma from different aspect of the brain. Your brain has got centers. So depending on the type of trauma you have received, maybe a relationship, maybe a family, maybe finances, maybe work, maybe kids, maybe your parents as well. So depending upon where you have received that trauma, who has affected you in a deeper way is going to portray that symptom onto your body in that sense. Okay. Now, the exercise which we did before was to help us to calm down, to find out, and to locate that thing. But with this exercise, I want you to just find out in your body, where is your pain now? I want you to tell me in your chat, like, do you feel any sense at the moment, any pain in your body? So we got a question about freeze mode and lots of shoulder pains, weight gain, water retention in the body. Yes, that's the mode where you are storing everything in your body, and you don't want to let go of those things. You want to store everything. You want that support. You want someone to hug you. You want someone to be there for you. Your hips, inner ankle, lower back, left side pain most. So yes, try to connect the dots now. Try to think, hips, why the pain in the hips? What has made you feel low about yourself? What responsibilities you have taken? You don't need to chat in what could have been the reason, but try to connect those dots. That what happened, why, what responsibilities you had in your life, or maybe just recently what something happened that made you take that responsibility seriously, and it was all on you. If you had ankle problem is something you don't you want to walk away from the things, you want to move ahead, but you've been stopped there to move ahead. Lower back, same thing. Left side pain, most of the time the pains of the body, depending right or left, is upon the, if you're right-handed or left-handed, of course, depending on that. Like if someone is right-handed and they have got the pain in the left hand side, then it is mostly finances. It's mostly worry about the money, worry about your child, worry about what's going to happen to them, how everything will be okay, if everything's going to work out, so that kind of fear, that pressure, that feelings you will face at that time. If you got pain between your shoulders, so that's, if you carry a backpack, what does backpack do? It's got weight, isn't it? That's a burden. So find out what's that burden which is affecting your worth. How is it not letting you go of those emotions? What is it that causing those burden feeling on the back? So try to find out these symptoms, these feelings, so that you can connect with your body's symptoms, inshallah. So all of you over here, this is the small exercise. I want you to do it every day, inshallah ta'ala. Maybe after Isha Salah. Alhamdulillah, Isha is quite early now. And this is what I tell my every patient, because Alhamdulillah, I apply this for myself. I apply this for my family. I apply this to everyone who I will talk to. And I get, because Alhamdulillah, I saw the results. And Alhamdulillah, what if I've seen the results, and if I tell that to my kids and I've seen the results in them, then why should I not share it with all of you? Why should you not go and share it with everybody around you? So after Isha Salah, just pray, just sit on the Salah mat. Just don't do anything. Maybe even switch off the light, close the doors. Just sit there, calm, soft, feeling that just you are between, it's only you and Allah. And wherever that pain is in your body, imagine they are working towards healing. Think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered those cells in your body, in that part of the body, to heal you. Now, if you have connected the dots, if you know that your lower back pain is because of the responsibility of the finances which you had to take recently, say to yourself, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim. Because you're worried, you have that fear. Say to yourself, Hasbi Allahu ni'mal wakil. Hasbi Allahu ni'mal wakil. Hasbi Allahu ni'mal wakil. You know, when you say that, and if you know the meaning that Allah is sufficient for me, when you say that with the meaning and you connect it, you feel it in your body, and repeating that over and over and over again, and thinking about the part of the body where it is, where your pain is, inshallah, you'll notice that your pain will reduce. So if you've not prayed your Isha after this session, please go pray your Isha and sit down and do this exercise. You can say anything. You can even say the small thing like, Alhamdulillah, I feel safe in my body. Alhamdulillah, my pain is not the great deal. Alhamdulillah, my body is trying to heal. So just keep repeating to yourself. For those people who suffer from thyroid, just touch your thyroid, just touch your neck, and keep repeating to yourself, Alhamdulillah, my body is healing. I'm safe. Alhamdulillah, I'm quiet. I'm calm. I don't want to rush to do anything. If you've got diabetes, if you feel yourself be trapped, maybe in that family or in the place where you don't want to be trapped, say, Alhamdulillah, I'm in the better place. There are people who are the worst place than me. So Alhamdulillah, just I feel good in myself. Alhamdulillah, I can do what Allah wants me to do, inshallah ta'ala. And Alhamdulillah, my pain is nothing. So keep repeating to yourself, inshallah ta'ala. Don't take it in the sense that you've done one time or two times. It's nothing's happening because everything is on the belief. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, if you believe, everything will work. Alhamdulillah, if you think positive, if you think good about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send things around the way for you, which are good for you, inshallah ta'ala. So always have that husnadan. Always have the husnadan ilahi. Even have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have husnadan about people. So be good towards people. Be good towards Allah. Think good of people. Think good of Allah. That's what I would say. I'm sorry. So think in that way. When you sit down, think good about your health. Think good about your body. Think good about each and every cells in the body. Think good about how your body is responding to the pain. So you find yourself in a situation where nothing is possible. Okay, you've come to a stage, you've been to the doctors, everything is work out against you. Now what is left now? Now it's between you and Allah. You make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you find the way, and you find yourself that, okay, what has happened throughout my life so that I have been stuck on this position now? So this is where you will find your awareness. This is where you'll find your self-healing. The more you find your self-healing, the more you go towards looking for self-healing, the more you'll become closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because in that self-healing, you will find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not burden a soul. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not give you any problems if you can't bear it. But many of us, we are carrying the burdens which are not even ours. We carry expectations, we carry guilt, we carry that fear of disappointment, and that generational pain. You know, we've been saying that about my parents were like this, so that's the reason why I'm this. So we hold on to that generational pain. We hold on to that generational trauma. And we think if we become stronger and we suffer silently, um, we are going to achieve that happiness. We are going to achieve that, okay, look at her. Look at my mom. She's bearing everything so silently. She's such a good mom. She's such a strong woman. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never asked us to be but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never asked us to take that burden. We were never told to be silent. And this is why your body, it becomes that journal where all the unspoken emotions are written. So why do we women, we stay in pain? Why do you think you have stayed in that physical symptoms for that long? So most of the time, many of us will say that we can't express our emotions because every single time you've tried to express your emotions, to talk about it, someone just dismissed it. Someone just judged you. They said, oh, you're being quite dramatic, right? Or you feel guilty if you need help. You know, you have got friends and everyone around you, but still you feel guilty to go ask for help because you feel you're very strong. Alhamdulillah, we women are strong, but still that sometimes kind of becomes like a barrier for us. We think that we should not go and ask anyone. Maybe they are going through some kind of trauma themselves, so why should we give them a trouble? And even though you're breaking inside, you won't go and ask for help. Sometimes you feel your pain, the grief, the emotions, what you're going through is just because of the age. Maybe I've gone older. That's why I'm feeling like this. I'm feeling low. I'm feeling weak. Because you have normalized your suffering. You have normalized it so much that you don't want to question it anymore. You don't want to burden others. And you'll keep taking others' burdens, but you won't burden anybody else. You keep giving even when your cup is empty. Because somewhere deep inside, you've learned that love should be earned only through sacrifice. And you feel that your worth, it depends on how you perform. How clean is your room? How well your children behave? How productive you are? How much you've achieved in the life? So you feel like a failure if things have slowed down. Oh, you did not look after the kids today. You didn't give them good food today. You didn't look after them properly today. You didn't give them a bath. So you've slowed down yourself so you can look after yourself, and it feels like a guilt. It feels like a failure. You apologize, you say sorry every time, even if it's not your fault, because you don't want to upset others. You want to stay silent because you want to keep peace in the family. And that silence is hurting you. You blame yourselves for the things you have no control over. And that's the classic self-devaluation pattern. You had no control over what things were going to happen, and you start blaming upon yourself. You want to go and rest, but you're guilty. You will say, "Oh, okay, I'll just take rest only if I've earned it." So you don't even give yourself the time to rest. But there is hope. There is this hope that your pain is not permanent. Your pain it's not a punishment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, whatever you're going through is not a punishment. It's just a communication of your body, your heart, your brain, your cells, a system inside the body. And the good thing is that these communications, they can be understood. They can be released. They can be healed. And in the upcoming sessions, this is what we are going to discover. We're going to discover what our pain is trying to tell us, how to decode that emotional conflict, what is behind that pain, how you can support your body so that it can completely heal itself. It can be physical pain, emotional pain, or even spiritual. So we are looking at our all-round holistic healing. We're looking at all-round holistic healing. Sorry, we had a somebody. It's too late, sister. Someone has just joined in now. We're nearly ending now, sister. So we are trying to heal ourselves physically, spiritually, emotionally. So whatever we have gone through today is just the glimpse. We have to get the transformation done, and that can be done only by your actions. Because whatever you learned today is is it's not just like an information. Whatever we learned today, whatever we went through the slides today, this is what it's you. You have learned to recognize yourself. You saw your pains, you saw your patterns, you saw your story, right? And many of us, we are carrying that pain for years. if you have noticed this kind of pain first time, then it is at a good stage that you will recognize your pain. You recognize the reason behind the pain and then recognize the symptoms which are associated with that pain. And if you do, and if you recognize, if you're at this stage where whatever we've gone through these slides, and you were able to connect that to yourself, you were able to understand the importance of how accepting yourself as not what other wants us to expect. That's the first step. Our body, it doesn't heal just because you understand the pain. It heals when you release that pain. And you don't release the pain until you connect the emotions attached to that pain. But in that time as well, when you're connecting the emotion with the pain, the emotions of self-unworthiness, the emotion of not feeling good enough, the emotion of being a failure, emotion of being not able to please other, to the symptoms on the surface of your body, to the um, symptoms which are expressed in your body. Sorry, I got lost because I got someone admit. I have to put them in the group again. Sorry. So when your body is going through this kind of feeling of emotions at the same time of expression, you need to understand how to bring that balance between them. Because you don't want to visit yourself in the past all the time and keep on bringing that emotions over and over again and hurting your body, because your body at certain time it will try to heal those emotions by releasing off from the system. But if you keep visiting, if you keep revisiting those symptoms, those emotions, your body is going to be in a stage where everything stays in the track. It heals and it goes back to an beginning stage. Like if you get an injury and the injury is trying to heal, it's got a good scab, and now it's supposed to heal. And what you do is you try to scratch it off and you open the wounds again. So don't open your wounds. That's why we've been told not to keep revisiting your past. What trauma you're going through now, if it doesn't let you go to sleep, if you keep thinking about it, if you keep finding yourself a failure, if you keep finding yourself someone who don't know what they're doing, then you need to stop that thought. You need to say to yourself that Alhamdulillah, I'm in the better position now. And I know what I'm doing, Alhamdulillah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has guided me. Alhamdulillah, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't wanted you to be here, you wouldn't have been here. Today, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala maybe through this lecture, through this session, if even one of you could have just adapt to what I have said and just apply that in your life, inshallah ta'ala, and come out of the emotions, what you've been facing in your life, and heal yourself. Alhamdulillah, I'll be happy for that. And I will pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all of you, all the sisters who are present here, you all benefit from this, inshallah ta'ala. We all release our emotions and we all try to heal ourselves by accepting, Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me a good cause. And maybe I don't know what it is now, but inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created me. That shows that I'm the best for in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't feel it in the form of a pride. Don't feel that yes, I'm the best in that way, but feel it as a worth to yourself that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created me. Alhamdulillah for that. And best of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created me as a Muslim. So be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for each and every blessings He has given to us. Okay, so I went to the slides, back at the slides, because there was few sisters who joined now. So maybe they would just want to go through what we went through before. Alhamdulillah. Okay. So, yeah, so this is what we are going through actually, because what we discussed now, it was just the first step of healing. We're just looking at how we can understand, that was like self-awareness, how we can understand our body, how our body can heal by itself, just because you're understanding the emotions behind it. And heals, and the healing takes place when you're releasing those emotions, when you're coming out of the situation. And this is something, this is the part where no one teaches us. Our families don't teach us, our schools don't teach us, our healthcare system, they don't teach us that we have to release our emotions, we have to heal that pain, we have to heal that emotions so that we can heal the symptoms in our body. Okay. And so what happens is, so when we walk around with our old conflicts, we all walk around with our own hurt, with old memories, we store it in the form of fatigue, thyroid problems, PCOS, asthma. So every single symptoms in your body is trying to tell you a story. There is a story behind each and every symptoms in your body. No symptoms in your body is there for as a coincidence. Each and every acne, pimple, spot on your face, even tiniest of the details, twitching of the eyes, ringing in your ears, every tiniest details and tiny symptoms you experience in the body, there is a story behind it. And this is what we want to explore in the further sessions. Inshallah, I'm giving you this 6 weeks way of time of transformation, where we want to go deeper in how we can release what we've been carrying, how we can reverse that emotional conflict, how I can let that body complete that healing cycle, and how I can stop this pain from returning. Because when you go back to that stage where it becomes that circle, it becomes that cycle of same thing going back and forth. You don't know what you're doing. You go and you journal yourself, and then you're going back to the stage where you started with the pain again in your body, and you don't know what is the next step now. Then you start taking painkillers, you start listening to the lectures, you're trying to heal yourself, but you don't know exactly where to go. You're too overwhelmed with lots of information out there. And this is why I wanted to help you out, inshallah, that through this 6 weeks transformation, we can come out of what we've been going through. You can absolutely heal yourself, inshallah. You need guidance, and step by step through the guidance which is rooted in our faith, you'll finally understand how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has designed you, the body Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, how it will be able to heal itself. So this is exactly the next program is about. So what you'll be doing in the in the next sessions, if you are inshallah coming on board, we'll know how to release that emotional pain, what you stored in your body. You'll reverse the conflict behind your symptom. You'll shift from self-devaluation to deep self-worth. You'll make sure that your pain don't return, inshallah ta'ala. So whatever was happening in your life, wherever the pain started, who were you trying to protect? Who were you trying to please or save? And what fear and pressure which were too heavy for you, and feeling of not enough, the feeling of not supported. So all that information, all the stuff, all those feelings what you had, you can't hold anymore, this kind of situation, we are going to use it as a form of a story for you and try to come out of that, inshallah ta'ala. So it's going to be a journey, it's going to be a healing, it's going to be a place where you're going to return to the best version, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the version what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created. So if you have felt seen, if you have felt something that yes, this is me, then you're ready for the next step. So just for the time being, just for 24 hours, I'm giving you a good discount on the 6 week transformation. You and me, that's it, inshallah ta'ala. And the whole details, we'll be discussing everything what you've been suffering from, inshallah ta'ala. It's not one-to-one, we'll be having a group session, of course. And if you have any questions on this, do let me know. But this is just for 24 hours. After that, the price is going to go back to 79, inshallah. So what if the person is hurting? So I'm just going to the questions that if the person is hurting you in the past and still does, that is, you have to change the perspective of looking after the things. You have to make sure that, alhamdulillah, that doesn't affect you. You know, whatever they have done in your past, that has made you a stronger version of yourself. Today, because of what they did, you could not have been what you are now. So this is what we are. Your self-worth doesn't recognize by what the other person has done to you. Your self-worth is recognized by how you look at the things, how you perceive the things, how you feel about those things. And that's where your self-worth is. Alhamdulillah. So is there any other questions? Because today was all about awareness, alhamdulillah. Because this is something, it's a process, you know, until, yeah, it will be on Wednesday, Salma, inshallah. The same time, 8:30.
Jazakallah khair.
Barakallah feek. So we are reprogramming, uh, we're trying to raise this awareness amongst ourselves. So it's like we are just trying to become the better versions of ourselves, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created through perceiving, through changing the perspective of looking around the things, inshallah. An hour, inshallah. So we'll be looking for the sessions. It will be around for 1 hour, and it will be case studies. It will be the studies upon, as we have gone through some of the symptoms. So inshallah ta'ala, there will be lots of other symptoms, lots of other things. If something is personal to you, you can even message me privately and we can discuss that more in detail. And inshallah ta'ala, through these 6 weeks, we want you to be changed person. We want you to be someone, it will be recorded, inshallah. We want you to be someone who doesn't look at the trauma as a form of trauma. Today, from childhood, if you tell your kids that alhamdulillah your body is safe, you're not falling ill, alhamdulillah, at the time of the first sign of illness, at the first sign when they start with the cold or the cough, and you keep repeating to them and you keep telling that alhamdulillah your body is safe, alhamdulillah you're going to be okay, alhamdulillah this is because of some stress you've had it in school, like you recognize that and you tell them, can you imagine? This is the story, they will be carrying it forever and they will know what they are dealing with. They know that today they got hurt because maybe they got bullied in the school, or maybe someone in the class said something to them. So if you as a mom become the stronger person, can you imagine having generations, inshallah ta'ala, who would know all these things and who would apply that into the life, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, is there any more questions? I'm happy to take them now. The cost is, yeah, that's the £59 investment, what you'll be doing in your life, inshallah ta'ala, to help you get through what emotions you're suffering and how they're displayed on the outer surface in your body. And just for 24 hours, it's from 79 to 59. We'll start the second week of December, inshallah.
You know what times and days the assessment?
Wednesday, 7:30.
Okay.
So it will be from the second week of December, just before Ramadan as well, because Ramadan is in February. So before the Ramadan starts, I want us to become that person who understands what's going through in our body. And any time when you come across some kind of pressure or stress or anything in our life, and you notice that pain in your back and your shoulders, you know that you can connect it to what has happened in your life. Inshallah. Okay, sister. Jazakallahu khairan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept this from all of us as you spend your time. You sit down in front of this computer for an hour, maybe, yeah, alhamdulillah. And you listen to me quietly, alhamdulillah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from all of us and make our efforts not go waste, inshallah ta'ala, and help us become that stronger version of ourselves, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us for, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakallahu khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Ibrahim wa ala Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid.